everybody. I hope you guys hear me okay. Okay, I see that everything's okay. Then again, I hope happy Thursday, everybody. My name is Hale, and today we're going to continue our Ace Attorney Investigations Let's Play. In addition, I see that right now we're on 27 followers, so I'm just gonna add this to both the lives. I need a text. Yeah, I'm just going to if okay, as for the font, see I have an access to a lot of them. I'm actually just gonna go with this one. Yeah, I'm just making a very specific announcement that I want the world to see. For now it's an Arial. I'm trying to see like if I find anything better. Yeah, I think I'll just use, and right now it's, I see that it has it here. Yeah. As you guys can see, I am currently making a text box, and we're gonna add, I need a background color as well, so it'll pop out. And we'll make it purplish. No, wait, no, the font color is fine. I meant... sure. No, this is a bit of a shocking yellow. I actually liked it when it was green. There we go. Let's just make it green. So this is my goal, and I'm pretty sure there are better ways to do my goals, but for now I'm just gonna put it in the side. And basically, this is my first follower goal ever and forever. And it's that if I get 50 followers on Twitch, I am going to stream Honkai Star Rail. I know some SnowRunts and people in general who know me and who I know, and they're obsessed with the game, but I'm a little sorry, my brain's not braining. Brain frosting and all that. If I get it, then I will play Honkai Star Rail. So if you like my streams and you think my friends will also enjoy the streams, then here it is. Here's your chance to make you play your favorite anime game, your favorite gacha game. I heard some things about Honkai. I heard it's a lot of fun. I heard it's very gameplay light. Like, it's an RPG that you can basically do a lot of it in auto if you have the right team. But I heard the story's good. And the condition is that I'm going to be yapping a lot and gonna be really honest about my opinions of it as it comes along. And maybe I'll regret it because the fans will probably come after me. But for now, now that this message is out, I'm also going to make a post on it on Twitter, on the Bird app. I'll make a counter later on. This is just a temporary thing. But for now that we got like the big milestone out of the way, another thing I want to mention is that tomorrow I'm going to do a surprise stream, same hour as last time, as the usual. And as for what I'm gonna stream, you guys will have to find out. We're doing basically how I'm gonna like, I know that in the schedule I said that I'm only gonna do 2 streams this week. But my schedule shifted a bit, and I think I can squeeze in another one without any trouble. Welcome to the stream. One sec. I'm gonna see who joined me in chat. Anyways, welcome to the stream. I was just like doing some quick introductions before we get to the game. And yeah, so tune in tomorrow, same time as usual at 8 p.m. GMT3 or 1 p.m. 1 p.m. EST. I hope you guys know what times they are. I'm not gonna do the math for y'all. And yeah, so now that all the yapping is out of the way, let's get to the gaming. I'm just gonna see if the game is captured. Oh my god, it's my fucking Twitter again. What the heck? Wow. Awkward. I'm just gonna... I don't know why it keeps happening. You guys keep seeing my... It keeps linking my Twitter for some reason. Not that there's much... I think that I need to see, like, in the game capture. It's because right now it's determined to Dave the Diver, and we are, in fact, streaming something else today. The Ace Attorney Investigations Collection. Okay, just to see that everything fits in the screen. Hold on. Why is there a YouTube there? I'm just gonna close it. I'm gonna hide it, not close it. Then I'm gonna go to game capture, and we're just going to make sure that it fits in. It does right now. And now we're going to go. Sorry for all the unneeded setup. We're going to continue the game right now. For real this time. So, last time in the Ace Attorney Let's Play, Edgeworth was struck cold by a badger, and we also finished Turnabout Airlines. Hold on, I'm gonna lower the audio just a bit, because right now it's a little too big for comfort. It's a little too loud. Okay. Now it should be okay. Last time, Edgeworth was found out the true culprit of Ace Attorney Investigations, which I already knew because I played the game beforehand, but it's Cammy Melee, the girl, and like she's not a girl's girl, the girl foe of everyone, and the one who murdered FB Hicks. And then I decided to begin a bit of Case 3 because finishing Case 2 took less time than I expected. And we got reintroduced to Kay Faraday, the Phantom Thief. I think that's a pretty good way to describe her, who hasn't stolen anything yet. And Shilong Lung, the mighty Interpol agent, who has an attitude that is very wolf-like. And his friend and his assistant Shihina, I'm probably mispronouncing it. I have no clue how to pronounce Shihina. Is it Sheena? Shihina? I'm gonna call it Shihina, and probably get lambasted in the comments. Who looks like Lady Gaga? To be honest, it's classic Lady Gaga right there. So after like getting the biggest 180 from Long of like, Edgeworth, I'm gonna give you a business card. Okay, I'm gonna give you one. Also, you suck. You're really bad at your job. Now stay away from my work. Oh, woof! Yeah, that's basically it. So, I'm just gonna pop in. And right now, it's just me and Gumshoe and the pesky little badger guy that's just standing there. But first of all, gonna do some spinning. This was easier in the DS. Spinning was objectively easier in the Nintendo DS. Also, yeah, you can run and sprint. There's the blue badger. There is the Interpol guy. Let's begin with talking to this dude. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Long's orders. I guess I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. What a distinguished little Edgeworth, saying big words like impasse and the like. Next, we have the blue badger, but we're gonna keep him for later. We have a cactus. It's a cactus, and there's something written on this sign. This cactus is a very gracious gift to Gatewater Land from the local police precinct. I can't believe the police went so far as to even donate a cactus to this place. We actually do know who this cactus is from, if the Easter egg is to be believed. Because in Ace Attorney, in the first game, in Rise from the Ashes, which is the bonus case, there was this patrolman cowboy called Jake Marshall, and in his office, there was a cactus. Jake Marshall is such a fun character. I think he's probably one of the reasons why, he's definitely one of the reasons why, Ace Attorney got localized from other stuff. And it's like, it's also when Gumshoe says from West LA, which is the entire sentence that just, like, established the canon of localization. Next. It's an old-fashioned rocking chair from the kind that makes you feel instantly at ease. There's something written here. A soothing 10-minute sitting, owned for only $100. Oh my god, what a steal! Why would they charge so much for... Why the fuck would they charge so much for a rocking? For 10 minutes? I see, reverse psychology. Make it so expensive that no one would dare sit on it. Still a waste if you ask me. It's an empty barrel. I'd venture to guess that its only purpose is to set the mood. Yep, that is true, and here we have some stables. This horizontal bar is used for tying up horses. Apparently, you can ride real horses at the Cowboys Ranch area just up ahead. Is it possible for the culprits to have already escaped with the help of the stolen horse or two? Under Agent Long's orders, we already rounded up all the horses. And every last one has been accounted for. Agent Long is good, although I won't go as far as to say I'm impressed just yet. And there's a kitty! I highly doubt you'll find a clue in here, but I might as well check just to be sure. This barrel sure is heavy. You there, do you know what's inside of this thing? It's the emergency water supply for putting out fires. Oh, I see. Well, they certainly are well prepared. And unfortunately, we cannot interact with the kitty, which is an absolute disgrace. There's also the policeman over here. Let's talk to him. Excuse me, but if you could just let me through here. Sorry, I can't let anyone through. Agent Long's orders. I suppose I'll have to deal with this impasse for now. Just another impasse. Let's talk to Kay. Let's talk to Gumshoe first of all. We already spent a good hour with Kay, so let's give our boy some attention. Great job, detective. Sir! For losing sight of me and for the kidnapper, and allowing my investigation to be hijacked. Sir! I look forward to your next month's salary assessment. But the case isn't lost yet, sir! I'm gonna show you just how much of a man Dick Gumshoe can really be. Shall I prepare the 21-gun salute for you now or later? I'm just gonna look up what the 21-gun salute is. Sorry, for I am an imp, for I do not know that. Welcome to the stream. We are currently streaming Ace Attorney Investigations. Welcome to Stream the Game Report. And for now we're interrogating our boy Gumshoe and seeing what he has to say. And first of all, let's talk about Agent Long, I think. Detective, are you sure it was the precinct that called you for backup? Of course, sir. I think that I would know the number of my own precinct like the back of my hand. Then why did an Interpol agent show up instead with an army of his own agents? That I have no idea. About 5 minutes after I made the call, that Wolfman showed up with nowhere, sir. Agent Lang definitely has an agenda. So the question is, what is he after? And what is the next step? Mr. Edgeworth, I was wondering if I may ask you about one thing, sir. Yes, what is it? Who is that? The girl over there, I mean.
I'm Mr. Edgeworth's assistant, Kay Faraday.
What? Funny, I don't recall making you my assistant, Kay. Yeah, I'm Edgeworth, Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Me! It's been like that since forever.
Sorry, but I just stole your supporting role.
Oh, that's a little too on the nose right there. How can you say something so serious with that giant grin on your face, pal? Yeah, how could she say that?
Well, because Capcom mandates that every protagonist in Ace Attorney has a cute assistant girly to help him.
I can be a cute assistant girly. I can be cute. Come on, Edgeworth, just take my side in this. What do you want me to say? That I'm cute and I can be a good assistant. One sec.
Mr. Edgeworth, we've got a thief on our hands, sir. She stole my roll, sir. Taking her in, getting her convicted, and making sure she serves out her sentence. Oh, come on, it'll be fun, like musical chairs. You better stay fast on your feet. No way!
Also, to be fair, Gumshoe, she has been a little more helpful than you. What? Yeah, I mean, in her own way. It's like, it's funny because I think that Edgeworth does, Gumshoe and Kay have their own quirks. Like with Gumshoe, he mostly just doesn't connect the dots very easily, and Kay, at least in this game, I don't remember how it is in the original trilogy. I think he might be a tad smarter. And with Kay, Kay just kind of goofs around a little more. I will not lose the spotlight to you, little girl. This felt a little too meta, not gonna lie. And now we're gonna talk to our girl, Kay.
Man, I can't call me Jew when you're stealing with all that detective around.
I suppose it's not easy when there's not many members of law enforcement in the vicinity.
It's alright. It's not like I'm in a hurry to steal just any old thing.
Which is it? Do you plan to steal something or not? Good question. Quite the mystery, this one. Maybe I should talk with her a bit more. What's the next step?
So, what are you going to do about your investigation into the kidnapping?
Good question. Since Agent Blanco is the authority to investigate this case now, this makes things a bit more complicated.
Oh, come on. You can't let that stop for you. I'll even lend you a hand, so let's go!
But you're so purported great thief, are you not? Edgeworth's vocabulary is just... Man, it's a little hard to read. Like, the guy uses words out of the SAT, if you know what I'm saying. I don't believe I can let someone of an unlawful nature participate in an investigation.
You don't like to listen, do you? I'm not just any old great thief. I'm the Yatagarasu. And as I said earlier, the Yatagarasu is after one thing.
And what is that one and only one thing? What is it, one and only one thing you're after?
The Yatagarasu is only interested in one thing. And that thing is the truth.
I see. It was 7 years ago. And now we know who the Yatagarasu. There was a vigilante who threw the business world into a panic. Labeled as mysterious and phantom-like, the Yatagarasu appeared and vanished at will. Though we still don't know much about this thief's ultimate goal, we do know the targets. The Yatagarasu like to find and publicly disclose evidence of corrupt dealings of all sorts. Once a target was chosen, no dramatic calling card or announcement was sent forth. Instead, the chosen corporation was infiltrated without even the target noticing. Some days later, the evidence that was found was sent out in mass media, along with the card with the mark of the three-legged raven. Looking back, I suppose you could call that what the Yatagarasu was stealing the truth. Could this child really be the successor to the original Yatagarasu? But that can't be, can it? Lance! Where are you, my son? And here's the man, the legend, Ernest Amano. Look at the follow-through on his earlobes. They do be dangling. You could not get to this kind of fidelity in the old game. It's a really nice touch. Mr. Amano. Oh, Miles, my boy. I'm sorry to involve you in such an affair after you've just returned. For you, Mr. Amano, I'll gladly offer my assistance. After all, I have you to thank you for how well things turned out during my time abroad. If it wasn't for you, I might have not been introduced to that law office. and had the chance to study the inner workings of another country's judicial system. No, no, no. Think nothing of it. As you know, Manfred and I go way back. Oh my god. Of course. Of course this dude's attached to Manfred von Karma. Of course. I consider the beloved disciple of his to be like one of my own blood. I went through an entire character arc for 3 games, and I don't feel comfortable with hearing that sentence. If you ever want to go overseas again, you need only ask. I can use my company's vast network to send you anywhere at any time. So who's the old man? He is the father of the currently kidnapped Lance Amano, Ernst Amano. Now then, have you found Lance yet, Miles? Please, I miss my poor boy dearly. I'm terribly sorry, but your son's whereabouts remain unknown, Mr. Amano. Hold on there. Then what happened to all that money? I believe the $1 million have been stolen and that the culprits are now on the run. What? Poor old man. Don't you have anything you can give him to cheer him up, Mr. Edgeworth? Forgive me, Mr. Amano. I want to show my attorney's badge. Let's see if he has anything to show. Ah, seeing that badge reminds me of Manfred. Now he was one fine prosecutor, the best of the best. Yes, I can't disagree with you there. This is really awkward. I sense that you really don't want to talk about him. You needed to kill my father, so yes, also spoiler. You know, when I first played Investigations, which was my first game, I had no idea that Manfred von Karma killed Edgeworth's father. I really didn't. So like I really didn't know that. And then like one day, my mutual who got, like my friend back then who got me into the Ace Attorney games, they went to me and they were like, hey, Hale, so I checked the Wikipedia and I saw that Manfred von Karma killed Edgeworth's dad, and I'm like, what? And this is like, the plot twist was real, like over a decade old at that point, so I just find the entire scenario really funny. How I feel about him, it's hard for me to be truthful about that with another person. Your hard countenance, I don't know what you were thinking or feeling. But mark my words, I think you're Manfred's true successor, I really do. Franziska von Karma, from the other side of the globe, just goes in and she feels the urge to go back and whip someone. I have the urge to whip someone who has disgraced above the von Karma name. Yeah, don't say that. Very awkward way to start a conversation, Ernest. I'm just saying. The kidnapping! I was wondering if you could please tell me what the details of the kidnapping. Oh my god, that was a burp. One more time? Oh, it was yesterday. A call came to the house. The receiver came the sound of my son. Help me, Daddy! I know this is tough, but please stay with me here, Mr. Amano. You don't understand. He hasn't called me Daddy in ages. It was incredibly moving. I wish I had recorded him saying that. Wow. Ace Attorney really has a collection of the Fathers of the Year. And honestly, Amano's fault at this moment is not the worst. As we saw already, Manfred von Karma killed someone. There's also a character in the sequel Prosecutor's Path who is also very much Father of the Year. It's funny. You definitely should have recorded that conversation, but not for the foolish sentimentalities of an old man. Refresh my memory, what kind of person is Lance again? How will telling you about Lance help you get him back? Surprisingly, a lot can be deduced from a person's relationships and behavior.
Very well. Rance is my one and only son, and he turned 21 this year. He is very much like me when I was his age, kind and very attractive. I'm sure women simply can't keep their heads off of him. Is there anything else about him that you noticed as of late? Now that you mention it, I haven't been able to get in contact with our butler, Oliver. Your butler? Yes, his name is Oliver Deacon. He's been with our family for years now. He gets along so well with Lance, so I thought maybe he would know where my son is. Oliver Deacon. Mr. Romano, could you please tell me a little more about your butler, Mr. Deacon? As a butler, he's outstanding. He even serves as Lance's personal private tutor.
This I do not remember.
He took a brief leave recently, but even after it was over, I haven't been able to reach him. So you still haven't spoken with him since his leave? What about his family and friends? They said they hadn't seen him. I tried everything I could think of, Miles. Do you think this could have something to do with Lance's kidnapping? It's possible, but I can't say anything for sure quite yet. So even the poor person closest to the victim has gone missing. Oliver Deacon sounds like one name I'd better keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Yes, sir. Let's begin our investigation. Even if that Interpol agent holds the authority to head the investigation, we can't allow ourselves to stand idly by twiddling our thumbs. I'm with you 100%, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I, Dick Gumshoe, pledge to stick to your side through thick and thin. Mr. Romano, it was my fault that the culprits escaped. Which is why, with your blessing, I vow to return Lance to you myself. Oh, I'd never seen you so passionate before, Miles. Good luck to you, my boy.
All right, well, what are we waiting for? Let's do some investigating.
If you think I'm losing to you, pal, forget it. So, who's gonna be our assistant this time? So, what should we examine first? Thanks to Agent Lang, we can't leave this area. But the culprits were here until only very recently. Look at Elner Stamano counting his money on a rocking chair. At least he won't have an issue paying for it, huh? Which means we may have to find clues that will tell us how they escaped. Okay, let's get looking. Hey, you there! Who, me? What are you doing goofing off in a place like this? I wasn't goofing off, I was about to help Mr. Edgeworth kick off the investigation. You imbecile! All precinct detectives are now under Agent Lang's direct command. No way! I am not working for Wolf Boy! Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do something? I'm not exactly in a position to argue, seeing as you are a member of the police. Good. Now let's go! Oh, no! Boy, I got the job just for someone of your talents. Oh my god, what did they make him do?
Well, that was exciting.
They're literally... I like how they're really forcing you to, like, be with Kay in this area. It's a little comedic. Okay.
What? Can't you tell him already to get down to some detective work?
You should go home. Your parents must be worried about you.
Oh, come on! I finally get to be your assistant if you don't try to ditch me?
I don't recall offering you to position.
You have to be so difficult. Besides, it's already too late, you know. Like I said, I already saw the position of assistant a while back.
You're the one who's asserting that. You're the only one who's asserting that.
Well, by the time anyone noticed, it's already gone. That's the Atagarasi way.
You shouldn't speak so lightly of things you know nothing about.
Fine, whatever, you win. Go ahead and do your little investigation. But the talented assistant Kate is going to tag along no matter what you say. I am forcing myself into the assistant archetype, whether you like it or not. I mean, just look at me, Edgeworth. I have pink colors like Maya Fey, and I have the tricky demeanor like Trucy Wright. And
who's Trucy Wright?
Who is Trucy Wright? I don't think she should be relevant in this timeline. And I'm very spunky like Maya Fey. And I'm a Sky. I'm very much the assistant archetype.
Fine. Even if she turns out to be useless, she's not going to listen to me. Might as well surround her and let her come along for the ride. Yep, so we have a little cave friend following us. Hey. We are walking. Time to... let's talk with Kay first of all. Kay, what do you think about the kidnapping?
Well, I don't know anything about the victim. So actually, I was hoping you could tell me.
Oh, that's right. I never did explain the situation to you. I got involved because of a phone call I received. It was from none other than the director of the Amano group, Mr. Ernest Amano. His only son, Lance, has been kidnapped and he wanted me to be the drop-off man. Little did I suspect that I would be abducted myself.
And that's when I found you tied out to a pole screaming,
No! Okay. Can you please drop that already? And that's all you have to say. She just went to pester us. Anyways, we have no way... we have no way of getting rid of her. So we'll just have to make do. And we already talked with Lance, so let's examine the footprints.
Hey, there's a bunch of footprints in the mud over here.
I remember hearing the rain fall out of here while I was being held in there.
Yep, it was just a passing rain. That's why the ground is already pretty much dried up.
Well, I should be thankful. It left us with something nice footprint for samples.
You know what? I bet if we follow them, we can find out where the kidnappers went. Plus, we'll be able to stop them because of their muddy shoes.
I don't think it'll be that easy.
Why not?
Look carefully. There are quite a few different sets here. And we don't know which ones belong to the kidnappers.
Oh, that's true. We don't know what kind of shoes they were wearing.
That is true. Do I have any logic? What kind of shoes and costumes? Well, we know there's costumes, and, like, these are definitely costume footprints there, but there's still much to do. And so far there's also this dude to talk with. Horses are painted on the garage door to complete the Wild West theme.
They look so lifelike, don't you think?
Are you thinking about wrangling, or rather stealing them?
If you can coax them out of there, sure. Come on, I know how you can sweet talk them out.
I could be holding a cube of sugar in my hand and they wouldn't budge, Kay. And now there's this dude. And it's the badger who is blue.
Hey, that's the blue badger! Badger, get!
I really don't understand why she's so excited over this badger hunt. Speaking of badgers, there's a person inside there. Mr. Badger, I wonder if you might share with me what you saw. He's just doing a silly little dance. He's doing that contorted wriggling dance again. Man, I think the devs knew that the blue badger is a little cursed.
Aha!
Ah! You uncovered my undercover identity, sir! I would remain under that head, sir!
Aren't you Officer Meekins?
Sir! Mike Meekins, reporting for duty, sir!
So, for those of you who don't know, this little guy is one of the NPCs from Rise from the Ashes. This man was a witness in one of the cases I headed 2 years ago. About the only thing I remember about this officer is that he often spoke and acted before he thought, which gave me a great deal of headaches. Yeah, this guy doesn't have much thoughts. No thoughts, head empty, type of behavior. At least he doesn't have a mic. At least he doesn't have a megaphone.
Is he a friend of yours, Mr. Edgeworth?
I met him in the courtroom once before. Why was he so upset when we unmasked him? Does he have something to hide? I want to start with presenting to him the badge.
Sir! That's so incredibly shiny, but it has a really ugly shape. I knew it. I was right to go for that much more manly police badge, sir.
Oh my god, you wanted to be prosecutor? How? When?
New Mike Meekins lore dropped, everybody. The guy wanted to be prosecutor. But I lose it a lot, and I just know I'm going to lose it for real one these days, sir.
Mr. Edgeworth, do you think this cop is one donut short of a baker's dozen?
I know, believe me, I know. What a goofy little fella. Officer Meekins, why are you standing here wasting time? Sir, because I'm not a police officer right now, sir. I'm the Blue Badger. And I'm creating memories and dreams for the kids. That's never a waste of time, sir. I have a dream to become as big as Detective Gumshoe, sir. Oh, wow. Gumshoe has fans. Who'd have thunk it? I was patrolling the scorchingly boring beat until a little while ago. When the dispatch radio on my shoulder crackled and the kidnappers have escaped, sir. I am absolutely spitting on my mic right now. I thought maybe this was my thought of making a detective, sir. I rushed over there to join in, but when I got there was a sea of people already. And I couldn't spread my trademark friendliness and joy on anyone. It would seem that some people never change. Blue Badger. So why exactly are you in that ridiculous outfit? Sir, that's because, sir, I'm here to keep the visitors in good spirits, sir. But it's also to hide the fact that I'm an officer in the trial of the kidnapper, sir. I see. Agent Long is very wise to employ this sort of diversionary tactics. To be under the role of the Blue Badger out of all the different disguises, sir. It's such an honor. I mean, I'm pretty surprised that, again, this is lore for those who have played the previous games. Sorry for the mild spoilers here, buddies. For the mild spoilers here. But, the Blue Badger was a pretty big, part of Rise from the Ashes. And not in a very good way. I mean, he was also created to when Meekins was attacked in that case, so I'm surprised he still holds it in high regard. But then again, not much of a brain cell with this guy. Any clues? How long have you been standing there, officer? Sir, for about one little hour, sir. That's around the time I woke up from being knocked unconscious. And I've been here since, sir. If that's true, then it's possible Officer Meekins saw the kidnappers escaping. But however, sir, I must tell you I didn't see a thing, sir. I haven't asked you anything yet, officer. No, but I know you will, sir. He's hiding something from me. Officer Meekins, I insisted you tell me more about your recent movements. Sir, I've been playing the Blue Badger this whole time, sir, and getting into it, too. I patrolled the park while wearing this costume. And about 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. What kind of weird accent am I developing for this guy? It sounds kind of It sounds very, East Coast American. And 1 hour ago, I came over here, sir. I haven't seen any statistic-looking people in this whole time, sir. But I did see a badger, sir. A lone blue badger. What you said just now is contradictory to these facts.
How so, Mr. Edgeworth?
This is what Officer Meekins customarily contradicts. Yeah, exactly. There was only one blue badger around. Officer Meekins, let's back things up. I'd like to ask you about your last statement. Sir! Of course, sir! If that's your wish, Mr. Prosecutor. This little patrolman will wait as long as I am commanded to wait. You said you saw a blue badger, correct? And yet, if you take a look at this, what you saw was not supposed to happen. This park is supposed to have only one of each badger at any given time. Which means that as long as you're at the Blue Badger, Officer Meekins, you should not have seen another Blue Badger wandering the premises. What? Sir! Wow.
Then that would mean that there are 2 Blue Badgers walking around. But why?
Good question. Wrong button. Why is there only one Blue Badger? I think that the only way to connect this is the logic. Costumes, it seems like they're badget.
connecting this. Seems like we're onto something. A second blue badger that shouldn't exist. Clearly the true identity of the person underneath is...
Oh, I know, it's one of the kidnappers, right? The person who wore a costume to get away.
Precisely. After all, the costumes went missing from the storage area are...
A blue badger, a proto badger, and a bad badger.
This is what I like. It seems like Kay is already establishing herself as a superior assistant just by the fact that she actually... That instead of like waiting for Edgeworth to connect the dots, she actually thinks a little. She has more of a... She's a little more quick-witted than Gumshoe. Yes, those three.
So there are 3 phony badgers running around the park somewhere, huh?
Now we know that one of the kidnappers had a costume. Now that we know the kidnappers were wearing badger costumes, their footprints from earlier take on a new and very significant meaning.
Oh, you mean we know whose tracks belong to the kidnappers, right?
Yes, more than shoe prints, we need to follow the paw prints of the badgers.
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to use those footprints and go badger hunting. If these were real, I wonder where you'd put them.
Water would be the obvious answer.
But if you stored water in a barrel under the blazing hot sun, wouldn't it go bad?
People of that period probably don't care about how it tasted.
Sorry, but I can't get away with making fun of forefathers.
Okay,
Sorry, but I can't let you get away with making fun of our forefathers.
It's like...
I mean, maybe they really like the strange taste.
Looks like he's making fun of them now.
Look, there's a blurb about the cactus.
I can't read today. Wow. I really can't, can I?
Look, there's a blurb about the cactus here. This cactus is a very gracious gift to the Gatewater land from the local police precinct.
I can't believe the police went so far as to eliminate a cactus in space.
So is the police department running a cactus farmer on this side?
Wait, look. I just realized that Edgeworth is like shocked in the face. It's really funny.
Haha, just kidding. They wouldn't do something so silly.
Actually, I have the vague impression I've seen a cactus farm with a precinct before. I mean, I know where it's from. Okay.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, isn't one of those things that the tie horses do?
Yes, although the horses are in another location at the moment.
Aw, and here I was hoping I would get to ride one.
You know how to ride a horse?
Nope, never rode one in my life. But I have an Asian friend who was born in the year of the horse.
Non sequitur is the only way to describe your logic. And now, the footprints.
So we're looking at footprints made by a costume. Hey, I think I found them! There are 2 sets here.
They both look like possible candidates.
This set is walking off to the west. It just stops! Can make heads or tails of where it's headed from here.
I think we can assume it's headed towards the stadium.
I wonder where the other set leads. This one seems to be headed east. Huh? Quick, Mr. Edgeworth! I've got him! I've got one of the culprits!
She's really insistent on fighting him. No! I'm not a kidnapper, sir! Look at her, she's in her fighting stance. Raring to go. Down, Kay. Those footprints clearly belong to Officer Meekins. But our criminals were each wearing a costume.
Aha! Maybe they came over the garage for something.
That's what I would suppose. Officer Meekins, if you could step aside for a moment. We need to examine the garage. Sir! Roger Wilco, sir! And we're gonna check the garage. Let's open this shutter and see what we find.
Maybe we'll find the kidnappers hiding inside.
Man, That was a really bad scream, but I don't wanna rustle the bear, so screaming noises! What in the... Seem to have stumbled across a dead body. She must be in severe shock to have been the first to find it. Now then, who is this man? It's Oliver! Mr. Romano, you're saying this man is... Yes, he's my butler. How could something like this have happened? Indeed, and why was Mr. Deacon here to begin with? Better investigate this crime scene quickly before Agent Long and his men arrive. The kidnapper's footprints lead right to this garage. And right to a dead body. It's possible one of the kidnappers is now a murder victim. Look at how sad he looks. Poor Oliver. From my cursory examination, I believe this man died from a fatal bullet wound.
You sure are calm for someone who just found a body.
It's surprising what one can become accustomed to in the span of 2 days. I won't trust until I've inspected every suspicious nook and cranny. Okay, let's begin with this. As long as Interpol agent has control of this case, I'm not going to be able to have a real autopsy done on the victim, let alone update one. I'm not doctor, but let's see what I can piece together myself. There are 2 gunshot wounds, one in the abdomen and one in his shoulder.
So that means he was shot twice?
No, I don't think so. I think the abdominal one is an entry wound and the one in the shoulder is the exit wound.
Nice! I knew you could figure it out.
It comes with experience, and I've seen my share of crime scenes and autopsy reports that need to be updated. Speaking of experience, this crime scene seems to be a bit too clean for a murder where the bullet went clean through. I should make a note of the oddity. And now we have preliminary findings. And we also have this right here. And is he holding something in his hand? Well, it seems like he isn't. This is an unusually shaped pendant.
What is it? Is it something valuable?
She seems to have regained some of her composure.
It looks like a horse pendant. It's got an antique feel about it and it's really pretty. Hold on, this is made out of platinum silver. Nice! It is worth something after all. I'm going to distract myself from the trauma by looking at shiny things. Way to go, way to go, Kay.
Honestly relatable.
Ooh, and look, there's something written on the back. Colin Devore. It's a name.
Colin Devore. But this man's name is Oliver Deacon. Eureka! There's something not right about the name of the pendant. The victim is the Romano family butler and his name is Oliver Deacon. But the name on the pendant is Colin Devore. I think it is an anagram.
I wonder what's up with that.
I don't know, but I think we've hit upon an important piece of information. It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
Lance, where are you, sweetie?
Oh my god, it's her. Excuse me, but you are...
A dump. Oh, this is bad. He's really good looking. Stop it, Lauren. You can't let yourself fall over a playboy like him. You're in love with...
Since when is Edgeworth a playboy?
Sounds like someone doesn't know the meaning of the phrase in her monologue, huh?
Sorry to interrupt your conversation, but might you be a friend of Lance?
Oh, yes, I'm Lance's girlfriend. My name is Lauren Pops.
Like lollipops. His girlfriend.
Oh, it's not like that. We're more like friends and, we're not lovers or anything.
Wow, this woman is so extra.
Well, we haven't gotten that far yet.
Man.
But I guess that's how people are going to see it, so I should just accept it.
Relationship status complicated.
I even got this ring as a present from Lance. Swoon!
I'm just gonna, with this lady specifically, I'm just going to read out her monologue. Oh wow, she's 19. Yeah, and also very upset. So like Oliver, look, they both have the same sad expression. What exactly made him so sad, I wonder?
Haha, you know what she reminds me of? A cartoon character.
And prior as to why you're here.
I haven't been able to get in contact with Lance lately, and I began to get really worried. Sob! And I looked everywhere for him, and then I heard the kidnapping, so I came here. Wow, you're really strong for having made it through all this by yourself. Is it true? Has Lance really been kidnapped?
No one is supposed to know, but yes, it's true.
Oh, Lance. I can't believe you've been spirited away. I wonder how you're doing right now.
It looks like she's gone back to the Fair Maiden love routine. She's really amused by this.
So, Mr. Edgeworth, where do we go from here?
Well, we found a body, so we should look into the murder.
Hold it! Look who came back!
It's our boy, Lang. My man brought me up to speed over the radio. And I have to say, really should have called. I already found something really intriguing. Well, my phone was out of battery. Excuses, excuses. I have nothing to hide, Agent Lang. It's exactly as you see before you. I'll take it from here. Yeah, that guy's really dead. Hey, you waiting for an invitation? Hurry up and detain the suspect now. Suspect? Who? Officer Meekins, is it? You're coming with us. What? Sir! I have nothing to do with it, sir! Agent Lang, don't you think you're being a bit too rash? Do you even have a good reason to suspect Officer Meekins? Huh, I leave that kind of stuff to you prosecutors. It's your job after all. Like I said earlier, the crime scene isn't as forgiving as your precious courtroom. That's your answer? Honestly, it's kind of stupid. I know you like your logic and reasoning. But that sort of impractical fluff is not needed here in the field. What?
Lang? Excuse me? What do you mean logic and reasoning is not needed here? What is needed here? What do you need here if not logic and reasoning? Make this man make sense, please.
All you have to do is arrest suspicious person after suspicious person. That is not very ethical. That's how you eliminate the crime from the streets. Huh. Oh, so that's what he's like. But that's also precisely how you necessarily arrest innocent people by mistake. Innocent people? Nonsense! There's no such thing as an innocent person. We've all got a blemish or two on our hearts. Yeah. Oh. What kind of ideology is this? I'm sorry. I'm getting a bit of a headache from like hearing him talk. I know he's supposed to be the antagonist, but like, what do you mean? What do you mean, Lang? What do you mean? What is this? Oh, he's such a cool character. He has a really nice theme song. I just go after whoever goes suspicious. Wow. Crazy. At least the main antagonist. I think the antagonist in the rival antagonist in the second game has a better agenda as for how she does what things. We'll get to her when we get to her. It's gonna take a while. That's tyranny. I won't allow such a thing to go unchecked before my eyes. Too bad you don't call the shots around here. I have a lot of power, and I'm gonna do with it whatever I want. Oh, woo!
doesn't say this, but it sounds like he might.
As I've sworn to uphold the laws of this land, I cannot allow you to take this man in. That you would arrest a man on false charge without even conducting an investigation. Have you no honor as a member of law enforcement? Hey, you! How dare you speak so disrespectfully to our Shifu? Hold it! Ha 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 ha! You amuse me, Mr. Prosecutor. Longzi says, every pack has its own rules. If you can't play by their rules and come out on top, that is a true victory. Alright, I'll give your beloved laws a fair shake. I'll show you just how much investigating I've done. Through my line of logic.
Oh, so you don't, so you do care about logic. Okay, long fucking baffles me, I'm sorry. It's like... I'm gonna explain. Hello, my name is Shilong Long. I am a wild bad boy of Interpol. And then, here I am. Hello, Miles Edgeworth. I'm going to show you respect. But you know what? I'm not gonna respect you anymore because I don't like prosecutors. I'm gonna arrest this man right now, even though I don't have much evidence, and that's your job. Oh, you want me to do that thing that is the most obvious? Okay, I'm gonna switch sides now, and I'm going to logic you because you're such a brat. It's like, forgive me for critiquing like the fact, but it feels like Lang's motives right now feel kind of inconsistent. I'm sorry I'm going all book report book club on you. I'm gonna go over this, officer. That's the kind of I don't need a good reason. I'm gonna arrest him without a reason. And then Edgeworth's like, that's tyranny and that sucks. Logic is fluff. You know what? Actually, no, it's not fluff. It's so weird. It's such a weird way to approach it. Anyways, we're gonna... I'm going to get myself some water, and I'll be back in a minute or two.
And we are back. I was, got myself some water. Also had dinner, so I put it away in the chat. And okay, and I brought myself some stuff to snack on. But for now, we are going to put this fucking wolf wannabe in his place. Game on. I've seen a lot of bodies like this one being carted off in my time. You're only... How old are you again? What do you mean in your time? You're only 27. I can say it was shot in a single glance, but even you figured out that much, right? With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. Not unless you're a member of a law enforcement like Officer Meekins, is that right? And that is your reasoning? Solid as a rock. It's based on the philosophy of detainment.
What is this philosophy of detainment?
Ha! You don't know? In that case, pay attention, girlie. In my country, the criminals have a saying, beware of the wolf. Why the wolf? Because in my language, lang means wolf. And you don't mess with me or my pack. Wow, I really can't. I think that modern day TikTok, not just modern day TikTok, but also like alpha male culture, has ruined lang a lot. And it's like, it's not that I don't like people, it's not like I have anything against wolf people, like I think that like kids who like wolves are fine, but it's like, when you're 12 you think lang is really cool, but like when you're older, it just kind of comes up as really goofy. And as for the detainment philosophy, its father is my honorable ancestor Lang Z. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I was busy eating. Just slides. Lang Z developed it as worked on to lock criminals away thousands of years ago. To this day, the Zheng Fa police still trains its recruits using its philosophies. Yeah, I'm gonna finish chewing.
Okay, and
But thousands of years ago, that makes your story about as believable as a fairy tale, honestly.
true. Anything wears down and breaks over time. Do you really believe something as ancient as that can be applied to today's world? You want to put it to a test? I mean, right now your line of reasoning has been pretty much, oh, he cop. With your current gun laws, it's not exactly easy to get your hands on a gun. And this is where you can see that Japanifornia is in a completely alternate timeline to the actual California, because gun laws and all that.
Hold it!
Hold it. It would appear you've studied a little of our laws. Studied? Who needs to study what every child on the street corner already knows? It's that Shihina! The Federal Firearms Restriction Act. That's it, the Federal Firearms Restriction Act. I hear it's not easy to get a gun these days. Interesting, the woman is in charge of keeping track of information. Unless you're a member of law enforcement, Officer Meekins, is that right? Okay,
Hold it!
yes. Wow, I'm just, we're in a real chew session right now. Sorry for all the chewing. Chat, what is your favorite vegetable? Or people who are watching this right now, what is your favorite vegetable, to chew on? As in, like, you go to the fridge and you open it, and you don't feel like making anything quick, so you just go and grab, like, any random vegetable, and you wash it, because you're not gonna eat with germs, and then you just chew on it. I personally really like both, like, taking a cucumber or a bell pepper. Baby carrots are also fine. Leave your answer in the comments below. I will also ask that in the YouTube backlog, because why not? Okay.
Not so fast!
Don't pat yourself in the back yet. What's that supposed to mean? Longzi says, search where the water is deepest. You have to set your eyes on the big fish that lurk in the depths, which is the killer. Is that right? And what do we know about the killer? Well, your current got... I'm gonna assume about the law enforcement, like Officer Meekins, isn't that right?
Hold it!
If that's the case, there are plenty of other officers who might be potential suspects. You're not seriously going to arrest each and every one of them, are you? As if I wouldn't need to. I've already looked at everyone else here. Oh. Other than Officer Meekins, I know no one else's weapon has been fired. How did you check every single person's weapon in such a short span of time? That's because each and every one of my subordinates is extremely capable. Maybe even more capable than you, am I right? Up top! I didn't clap my own hand. It didn't take more than a few minutes to conduct the entire investigation. The power of sheer numbers. But you are there to check Officer Meekins' weapon, correct? Thanks for reminding me. Hey you, show me your gun. Oh! What's wrong? Why does it look so sickly pale all of a sudden? My gun! What did you say? I can't hear you. Stop mumbling and spit it out already. Sir. I love my gun, sir! How could you be so irresponsible? A child can pick it up. In the end, it looks like you're still the only suspect we've got.
You're the only one who waited outside his garage in ambush to kill the victim. So you think that Officer Meekins waited here to kill the victim, do you, Lang? I think this little accusation game deserves a lot more scrutiny. Officer Meekins ambushed the victim in his garage and killed him here with this gun. Well, he didn't. I mean, look at the crime scene.
Objection!
Blood. No blood anywhere else. Get fucked, little wolf boy. Unfortunately for you, Agent Long, that is simply not possible. What do you mean? You see the crime scene for yourself. And while you were looking, did you not think yourself it was a little too clean? Yeah! why does he make me laugh? So did you notice that there was too little blood? Do you still wish to claim the Officer Meekins committed the murder here? Because this isn't a crime scene. And if it was your men who led you to think it was, then I suggest you leave this case to the local police and set the record straight. Grr. Bitch, I am the police. Not bad. I see your logic can be just as sound as mine. Honestly, a little more southern than yours. In that case, let me ask you this. Do you think it's weird that the officer was hanging out around here in the first place? Weird? How so? Hey you! Your squad's not even supposed to be in this area, right? What were you doing neglecting your duties and loafing around here? Hey! Don't you dare give me some lame excuse like I found myself taking a walk. But sir, I really did take a walk, sir! You're a disgrace! How dare you take your pack obligations so lightly? Why do I feel like, I'm sorry. Why do I feel like Lang uses the word pack in the same sentiment as, like, a boss would say family? I know, it's kind of funny. Mr. Meekins is looking extra meek. Is he hiding something? Mr. Edgeworth, please, sir! Say me the way you did earlier, please, sir! Officer Meekins, please give us a detailed account of what happened. Sir! Not you too! Absolutely nothing behind his eyes. It's true, sir! I wasn't assigned to this area, sir! I was told to check every square inch of the main gate area, sir! I also went looking for the kidnappers with throwing dreams to the Blue Badger mobile, sir! But I got completely caught up in my role, throwing dreams to children, sir! Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir! Wow. What is this Blue Badger mobile? It's a moving store on wheels that sells street dreams and merchandise, sir!
So the Blue Badger mobile is just roaming souvenir shop?
Look, that's a really cool little Badger mobile. Absolutely funny. Sir, I swear with merchant casing a kidnapper down well with being a good dream merchant. He seems a little worked up, even more than his usual hyperactive self.
He sure seems sure of what he's saying.
Can you try and calm down and lower your voice to a more reasonable level, officer? Sir! Roger, sir! It's true, sir! I wasn't assigned to this area, sir! I was told to check every square inch of this main gate area, sir!
Hold it!
Describe for me how you conducted your investigation. Yes, sir! Well, first, I made sure that there were no suspicious-looking people in the area, sir. But the only person that seemed to be gathered around me were little girls, sir!
Well, what do you expect when you're dressed like a Blue Badger?
I thought I had no choice but to point, though. I also went looking for the kidnappers with fun dreams in the Blue Badger mobile, sir.
Hold it!
What exactly do you mean by selling dreams? Sir, the Blue Badger mobile is where dreams are collected.
What?
sweetness like you've never known except in dreams, ma'am, like innocent drops. And bitterness only found nightmares, ma'am, like guilty jawbreakers. Telling those that they put their blue Badgermobile along and they why do they, ma'am? Blah, 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 blah. Man. But I got completely caught out of my role telling dreams to the children, sir. And boy, you know, I found myself here in this area, sir.
Hold it!
Wow.
You completely forgot to look for the kidnappers. No, sir, of course not, sir. But I would never do something like that, sir.
This is twirling.
You're absolutely right.
Wow, wow, you're good at forcing people to confess things, Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah, it's like I'm a prostitute or something like this.
He's Frank, I'm just a little man, sir.
He's just a little man.
He's just a little man Mike Meekins. He's just a little man. I'm better at telling kids a few small dreams than looking for a big crook, sir.
Hold it!
Not following in your own self-pity. Let's return to your testimony. Yes, sir! Before I knew it, I found myself here in this area, sir.
Hold it!
How did you wind up all the way over here? I was in the middle of a sea of kids, sir. But one of the kids decided to challenge me to a fight, sir. I had to run away from the time table drunk eggs before he knew it. Poor guy.
Haha! The good old dropkick. I dished on my fair share of those when I was a kid. It was also best when you really connect with your opponent. Wow, okay.
In case you wound up here for a reason completely unrelated to the investigation. Sir! That's right, sir! That's not something you should be admitting to with your head held high, officer. Sounds like he simply forgot about his real job and became bleh! It sounds like he really forgot about his real job and became the Blue Badger. However, there's one flaw in Mr. Meekins' story, but I have a feeling he'll need some prodding before he spilled the beans. Okay. I think that this is the to press this one. All right, where were you assigned to? I was assigned to the main gate, sir. It must be in the area with the bridge and the outrageous fountain.
Okay, then why are you here in the Wild Wild West area?
That's because of a very deep reason, ma'am. Okay, but the Blue Badgermobile was... I mean, he was doing it in a Blue Badgermobile, but it was parked around in the Wild Wild West garage. Is this what we want to do? Is this what we want to present?
Objection!
Yep, I think it is, because the Blue Badgermobile was here. Officer Meekins, I would appreciate if you didn't tell me such transparent lies. Sir! I'm lying, sir! Yes, you are. If you were really out there selling dreams with the Blue Badgermobile until recently, then what is it doing inside the garage? Actually, I just lost track, sir. Lost track of what? By the time I realized the Blue Badgermobile was nowhere to be found, sir. Which would mean it was perhaps stolen. And that's when I came back to this area, thinking it might be in the garage, sir. But that's when you found me, Mr. Edgeworth, sir.
Not so fast!
A likely story. Who do you think is going to buy such a convenient tale as that? And what exactly is so convenient about his story? Car getting stolen, it's completely unbelievable, even for a cover story. But I think we can assume the car was used, alright? To move the dead body. What? You killed the victim at some distant location, Officer Meekins. And then you used the Blue Badgermobile to transport it all the way here. Now then, you're coming with me. But it wasn't me, sir! The killer, sir! It wasn't me, sir! Agent Long, wait! Huh? What do you want now? What do you want? What do you want now? Okay, that's a better line read. We still don't know where the real scene of the crime is. You can't say we know all the facts in this case, let alone the truth. I told you, truth, Schmorth, I couldn't care less. All I care about is asserting dominance. I wonder how much, what does Shilong, how much of those alpha male videos did Shilong Lang watch? Our job is to catch the crook. You'll find your precious truth after you arrest this guy and take him in. That's the job of you prosecutors in your fancy courts with your logic. As for us, we don't have that kind of time to waste. You boorish buffoon! I think you need to leave. What? We need to get the body autopsy and you guys are getting in the way. You would interfere with another one of my investigations? Hey now, let's not forget who holds the actual authority to conduct investigations here. Yeah? I'm afraid the one doing the interrupting is you, my ignorant little pretty boy.
Ooh, you called him pretty.
Now be a good little fancy boy and get out of my sight. If you don't, I'll arrest you for obstruction of justice. To be continued. Okay, so that was part 1 of case 3. Overall, I didn't remember it ended so lately, but it does seem like we're dealing with a very, annoying little opponent. I think he most likely, oh, I'm gonna arrest him, and then, like, for you, it's gonna be taken care of. It's weird. I really don't understand. Like, I think a part of, like, understanding why is Lang like this. Like, he really likes prosecutors, even though, like, they both work in the job, and he just doesn't really care about the truth and the logic. He just wants to do his thing and then go. What's up with him? It's like he baffles me, because 1 minute he has the ability to show respect, and then he kind of takes it away when he feels comfortable. It's so weird. He really is a boorish buffoon. Edgeworth was right. She's like a pair of peasants.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Kay?
There's something even thieves should never steal. Do you know what that is?
You really shouldn't steal anything, however, albeit, what shouldn't a thief steal?
A life. It's too heavy a burden for your soul to get away with. Ever.
That's something we can agree on. Well said, Kay. No matter what we may try, murder is the one crime that can never be truly hidden. And I intend to prove that by my own hands. When I apprehended murder myself.
All right. I'm going to work extra hard to be a good assistant. Let's go.
I still never said she could be my assistant. Oh, I'm just going to drop the issue. Honestly, Kay is doing a pretty good job as an assistant. She's doing a good job of following logic. She has some snarky commentary. I mean, it's not something that other assistants are doing, but like in terms of like fitting the assistant archetype.
I am fitting the archetype, Mr. Edgeworth.
The first thing we should do is locate the real scene of the murder. Mr. Edgeworth! Detective Gumshoe? Mr. Edgeworth, the stadium! Hurry, sir! This is supposed to be a hush-hush, but we found a witness at the stadium. A witness? Oh, why didn't we tell you about leaving your signpost? Oh, the jig is up. And he's gonna be dragged again! Mr. Edgeworth, remember that I'm always rooting for you, so go get him, sir! Okay, we're not gonna drag him. That was a one-and-done deal.
Those detectives really sure do look like they're enjoying themselves.
It's not all fun and games, Kay. Now then, let's head to the stadium and meet this witness. Seems like we still have things to do. I thought there was a witness here.
Yeah, I don't see anyone. Mr. Edgeworth!
Oh my god, it's her. It's Best... Guys, it's Best Girl! It's Best Girl. We found Best Girl, guys. It's Emma Sky, it's Best Girl. Hold on, I'm going to, I'm gonna see if I have any sound effect, any soundboards I can use. So now we're gonna introduce music.
seems like there is this meme board. I'm just gonna. Oh my god, no! It's an older subscription. This isn't included. Okay, I need. Damn it! There isn't much apps we can do. That sucks. Advanced search. Okay, so I'm just gonna make the sounds myself. Oh my god, guys, look, it's Best Girl. Pow, 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 pow. It's Emma Sky. Pow, 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 pow. You are Miss Emma Sky, correct? Man, she looks so. She also just looks so pretty here. It's like. This girl is younger sister of my former superior, Lana Sky. 2 years ago, we stood in the same courtroom together as witness and prosecutor. I'm just really glad. I mean, honestly, even before playing this, when I was like 12, Emma Sky was still like the coolest character in my opinion. She just has a really cool design. I liked her. Like to a 12-year-old, that was like the coolest thing. But I thought she had gone to Europe to study forensics. Can't believe you remember me, Mr. Edgeworth. We even gave her some nice lipstick. Of course I do. How have you been? You look to be in good spirits. I just want to compare. It's like she looked... I just want to compare and see how her sprite looks in the olden game. In Ace Attorney Investigations, yeah, no, she still has a bit of makeup. But it's... No, they actually gave her some lipstick in the HD version. So it's cute. It's a really nice touch with the remaster. It wasn't really seen in the sprites. Are you still studying abroad?
You bet! More than anything, I want to investigate crime scenes, scientifically!
I've been studying non-stop every day to become a top-notch forensic scientist, and for those of you who have played Apollo Justice, you know that it's not so smooth. It's gonna be so smooth for her. But it's spring break now, so I thought I'd come back for a bit. I see. Look at her. It's Emma Sky. It's Best Girl. It's Best Girl. I don't make the rules. It's like, okay, to be precise, Best Girl is Susatomi Kotaba from The Great Ace Attorney, but she's also Best Girl. Let's stop with her. I've been giving you guys long enough. I almost didn't recognize you. You've really grown in these past few years. I think she was 16, so now she's 18.
Is it the lipstick?
Probably. Also, I love how they gave her this funny little hat. She didn't have it back then. Like, they gave her, in the old design, she kind of felt like, she felt like she was intentionally, like, supposed to mimic Maya. With the top knot and the like. It's like, man, she's so cute. I like Emma. What a noodle. Yeah, no, she very much kind of reminds us Maya Fey because they both have the top knots. But she's so cute. How can you hate her? She's so cute.
Please don't tease me, Mr. Edgeworth. I know I still got a long way to go. And I'm going to be a super forensic scientist someday. You'll see. You seem to know Mr. Edgeworth really well. Are you two acquaintances? Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Emma Sky. Nice to meet you.
Also, another thing I like is that, fun fact, so you can see that these two characters were designed by two different people.
K was designed by, I think, Tatsuro Iwamoto. I know I'm jumping around. It's Tatsuro Iwamoto, who is the illustrator and art director for the original trilogy. And then you have Kazuya Nuri, who is his successor. And one of the ways that, and actually comparing Kei and Emma one to each other is a really good way of seeing like the differences. And the main one is the eyes. The rendering style for it's like with Emma, with Kei, her rendering style for the eyes, it's very different. It's also much simpler. And with Emma, there is a like the way that they do the pupil is completely different. And like you can see it. You can see that it's like when you compare like Emma to like even Lauren Pops, you can see, oh, there's different style sensibilities. So it's really interesting just to see the comparisons there. Man, that's enough nerding around on character designs, but I hope you'll appreciate this segment. This entire stream is nice because I also have the opportunity to just blab about some of the things I noticed while replaying the game. And you don't really notice it, like, and I didn't really notice it in the original DS version.
I'm studying abroad now to be a forensic scientist. How about you? Yeah, wow, that's a great dream. My name's Kay Faraday. And I'm training to become an unstoppable great thief.
A great thief? Don't think too hard about it, Emma. It's not worth the trouble. In any case, we have so much to catch up on.
You bet we do.
Aw, that's so cute. They're such good friends.
This is the symbol of prosecutor, right?
I don't think I've ever seen you wear it, though. Well, I'm not as enthusiastic about wearing it as you all with your pin badges.
I know, right? I mean, I really want to put even more on today, actually.
Oh, hey! I like yours, Kate. Do you have any extras?
Sorry, but there's only one of these in the world, and it's proof that I'm a great thief.
Aw, okay. This is super cute. Let's talk with Emma. So, why are you here, Emma?
Well, I just happened to decide to come back home for a spring break. And then I heard you'd come back too, so I raced on over here.
Yeah, she's a bit of an Edgeworth fangirl, that one. I really wanted to welcome you back at the airport, but I just missed you. And how exactly did you know I was here?
Through the power of science, naturally. Never underestimate what science can do for you. I use these to track your footprints and I follow them straight to—
Oh my god, that's a little stalkery, Emma.
This set is the greatest! It's so wonderful! At least scientific! You spray the chemical on the ground and when you shine a special light on it, zing! The footprints light up like an electrified noble gas in glass tube. It's almost like magic, scientifically speaking.
Forensic science has never seemed more ominous to me than this very moment. Yeah, Emma, you kind of went overboard there. I also want to examine some of this stuff here. Oh, I assume this is another Badger-mobile.
Yeah, but it's so different color than the blue Badger's car.
Yeah, this is a retina-searing pink motto. Ah, the Gaviniers and the troop left. Seems like we missed the performance.
Where are you going, Mr. Edgeworth? We have to find the witness before that mean old werewolf does.
You're right. The witness is supposed to be here in the stadium, but where? Is it Ella? Also, I want to see if Kay has something to say. You look deep in thought. Care to share, Kay?
With all that's happened, I'm getting a little confused. For example, what the detective said earlier?
About what being homeless look for the witness at the stadium.
No, not that. The I'm always rooting for you bit. I was thinking about how sweet that is. It's It's like you two are best friends.
I think you're a little confused, all right, Kay. Best friends don't cut each other's salaries. And I'd like to ask you what you witnessed.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Are you not the witness Detective Gumshoe told us about?
Well, I did get a call from Detective Gumshoe earlier. He was practically yelling at me. Mr. Edgeworth needs your scientific doohickeys right away, pal. Right now, pal, he said.
What was that man thinking? Or rather, not thinking?
So let me guess. There's been a murder, right?
Yes, unfortunately. There's a sun glint in her eyes. Despite all the trauma she went through, Ace Attorney assistants have a knack of getting just really, really tragic backstories. But I need to keep my mind focused on the witness. Now, where'd that person go? What's that off in the distance? Oh, that's the witness.
Oh, hey, it's the pink badger! Badger, get!
Tough love. Badger, 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 badger. Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom. Yeah, wow. I remember that when I was, like when I first played the game back in middle school, the badger meme was everywhere, and like this was a reference, and I just remember thinking it was like the coolest shit.
I think this badger has something to say to you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Are you by chance the witness I've been searching for? Sorry, but I don't speak badger dance. Oh boy. Oh boy. I know it's gonna be there. I know it's gonna be there. Oh boy. It's her. She's coming. Get ready. Oh my god, now I have to think of a voice.
Ah! I can't take being inside this stuffy head anymore!
You are... No! Why her? Why here? Why no? Oh, poor Edgeworth. I first met this woman 3 years ago. She was a witness in one of my cases. She has since gone out of her way to pop up unexpectedly and cause me great grief. Oh my god.
Edgy Poo! Why couldn't you understand what I was trying to tell you?
Oh my god. This wouldn't be an Ace Attorney Investigations without the stalker grandma. Oh my god.
I mean, really? I was trying so hard to keep the kids' dreams alive by staying in character. But you couldn't pick up on what I was trying to convey to you. I'm sick and tired of that roundabout way of talking, so I'm going to be direct.
I had a bad feeling before, but this just made it official. Today has gone beyond the typical not my day into the realm of walking nightmare. Oh man.
So you're a friend of Mr. Edgeworth too, Mrs. Big Pink Badger? You could say that, but right now I'm just a pink badger, dearie.
She may look the part, but I'm no better than to trust my eyes around this woman. Ay, not even the most severe restraining order can get me away from her.
My name is Wendy Oldbag. But you can call me Wendy or Granny or whatever suits your fancy.
Just like Edgeworth, I had to mentally prepare for seeing her again.
Nice to meet you, Miss Oldbag. I'm Kay Faraday. What do I care about young whippersnapper like you? Yeesh, I was just trying to be polite.
Look at that cunty ass stand. The girl knows what she's worth. Weren't you security guard once at Gatewater Hotels the last time we met?
I go where I'm needed. I'm very good at what I do, unlike the youth of today. I got called in time to feel when there aren't enough hands. But enough about me, Edgy Poo! I'm thoroughly dejected right now. I finally get the chance to see you again, and here you are, talking with two young girls.
Oh my god. No!
Men are all the same. It doesn't matter with your girls. Why can't don't notice me? You're 18-year-old. No! No! You seem to attract all sorts of interesting people, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, we actually get to read her entire monologue, so I'm just gonna go over it. This was not possible back in the day.
Men are all the same. Doesn't matter how old they get. They continue to shrilly flirt with young girls. Why, just the other day, it happened with my young... Why, finally got to notice me. My God, he went and got into an arranged marriage with an 18-year-old. I don't see what he sees in her at all. As they say, the permission takes 3 years to ripen. The person, that girl.
Oh, wow.
Kate, please, I'm begging you, by all means, do not provoke her any
It's not an Edgeworth game without Old Bag. Unfortunately.
Aren't you forgetting about something, Mr. Edgeworth? This person could be the witness.
Honestly, I hope she isn't, but I don't think fate is going to be so kind today.
I saw what happened. I even saw the exact moment it happened. How's that? So it's true. She is the witness.
I don't suppose I can afford to ignore the Old Bag.
Yes, just a little while ago. I saw it happen right in front of me. The moment of the murder.
You mean to say you witnessed someone being killed right in front of your eyes?
Sounds like a pretty important piece of testimony to me.
And we're gonna cross-examine.
I came to the stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and I saw two men facing each other in the area. Suddenly, there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. Looks like we hit the jackpot, huh, Mr. Edgeworth?
Yes, I can't afford to ignore what she has to say, unfortunately.
What's it unfortunately you tacked on the end that was supposed to mean, Edgy Poo? Well, anyway, let's see what we can find from this little old lady.
Man. Oh, and the Old Bag never change. I came to the stadium to take a short break as I was listening.
Hold it!
You're claiming that the exact moment, you've seen the exact moment in which the murder took place.
Absolutely! The gun made a terrible racket when it was fired. You didn't try to go help the person that got shot? I'm only one person, you smarter like brat! What could I have done? But I took off as soon as I could find someone who could help.
They were facing each other. Well, it contradicts the... I mean, it was entered through his abdomen and exited through his shoulder. Let's, press this statement.
Hold it!
You saw two men. Do you care to describe them for me?
They looked exactly like your average Joes, completely uninteresting and not worth fawning over. I'm telling you, they were so boring I didn't even remember much beyond that.
But did you have any special features? Anything you could recall could be very helpful.
Oh my, don't tell me you're jealous of those two men. Hey, she's right. You seem pretty worked up over them, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh my god, whose side are you taking? Truce. Whose side are you taking, Kay? I'm not worked out over anyone, and I'm not jealous. I mean, he is worked up over Phoenix Wright, but that's a topic for another day.
It's alright, Edgy Poo. Those two were just foals compared to the stallion like you.
I am very gay. No, Miss Goldark, please leave me alone.
I thought so little of them that I lost interest in the instant I laid eyes on them.
Two men, one bullet. It's all consistent with what we found from the body. Sadly, there wasn't enough information to go on with your testimony.
Well, if I saw the guy again, I'm sure I could identify him for you. I mean, how do you expect me to remember anything without something to jog my memory? Self-centered, aren't we?
When it was something useful, the testimony also presents us with new problem.
Mr. Edgeworth,
Yes?
so about this new problem.
What is this giant grin on your face for?
Do you want me to show you something really nice?
No, thank you.
Please don't be mean. I swear, it's something you're going to like.
What is this gadget you're holding?
What you see before is the secret weapon of a great thief.
I should have known it would be worthless.
Don't be like that. Ahem. What do you think now?
What is it doing? It's projecting something into the air, and it's really...
I'm going to input necessary information to run a simulation now. Once I'm done, it'll increase the size of the projection to its maximum size. Dark skies of the evening with no other birds dares to take wing. Only one remains all seen. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood.
Ooh, nice.
What is this? This is a recreation of the murder based on the info inputted into Little Thief.
Little Thief? I say, you're talking about Robin Hood, taking the Robin Hood thing a little too far.
Little Thief is actually meant to be a simulator for me to plan my thefts. But I suppose if I use it like this... Let's see, Miss Oldbag said two men were facing each other. And then a gunshot rang out and the victim fell to the ground.
Oh, so at least we can inspect the crime scene as it was in the past.
See? So what do you think?
I'm just saying, I'm impressed by the technology thieves have access to these days. Honestly, this is still one of my favorite gadgets in the entire series. Such a cool little idea.
Well, it is the super secret weapon of the mighty Atagarasu.
Indeed.
Oh, but if there isn't enough information or if something is out of place, the recreation could come out a little strange. In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of the witness's testimony.
That was Edgeworth lying, god damn it! In other words, I can use this to authenticate the validity of the witness's testimony.
You got it! You really catch on quick, Mr. Edgeworth.
Right now, the simulation is a recreation of that witness's testimony. So for now, I should re-examine everything. If I find anything illogical or strange, I can then ask for clarification.
Feel free to examine anything in the simulation the way you always do. You can even present evidence when you find a contradiction. And if you find something, I've got Little Thief with me, so you just let me know, okay? Let's begin the investigation.
Let's see what Emma has to say.
This is amazing! Just feel the power of science.
Aw, Emma's cameo was here is mostly just to remind that she exists and that she really likes science. I think that what differentiates Emma from like Maya is mostly that like her relationship with Emma, with her older sister, is much more strained, and there's other things. I think that Emma becomes a more interesting character around Apollo Justice, to be honest, because she becomes a very relatable character, unfortunately. Is this the silhouette of the killer with his gun ready? Okay, is it not possible to recreate the face of the killer?
Well, I can't exactly input what we don't know into Little Thief.
She has a point. And let's see what we have here. According to the testimony, the victim fell to the ground here.
That's right, but
if that's the case, then we've already found the first contradiction.
Huh? What? Where?
If this is really seen the crime scene, there's something missing that should be here. What piece of evidence shows the missing item? I think it's the blood.
Take that!
This is a contradiction.
Is something wrong with my recreation?
If this is really seen the crime, something specific should be here. If you think back, how did we deduce that the other crime scene was not the real one?
Oh, I get what's missing now. There's no blood in the ground here either, right?
Right. The fact is that there's no blood here cast out on the witness's testimony.
Edgy Boo! How dare you doubt me like that? Are you calling me a liar?
I know what I saw, and I saw the victim get shot down.
You know, I don't think she's lying, Mr. Edgeworth.
To be honest, I can't think of a reason why she would lie to me. In that case, maybe there's another explanation for the distinct lack of blood. Edgeworth, I can think of one thing that old bag can lie to you about. Her age. Her income. Her search history. She definitely lied to you about her search history. One sec. Phone. Her search history. What happened to the woman who used to deliver, coffee refills in the prosecutor's office? What happened to the woman who got coffee to you in the cafe nearby? What happened to the one female bailiff who stared at you? See, there's a lot of stuff she can lie about, Edgeworth. Why the restraining order hasn't been validated yet? Why? Where are her grandchildren? Why does it still say that she's fertile? A lot of things. I can go all day about things that an old bag might lie about. To be honest.
What is it? Some sort of new attraction?
Oh my god. That was funny.
Yes?
So you believe this gadget will provide us with proof that we need?
Yeah, of course. Pretty neat, huh? By inputting info like this, it can recreate the crime scene exactly as it was. Although Lil Thief was originally intended to be a training sim for heists.
A training sim for thievery. I don't think we can turn Death to that, Kate.
Bah, it's for practice! Practice! It's not like I've actually stolen anything yet. Besides, we're in the middle of an investigation, so stop nitpicking!
And if it's just practice, I can't exactly endorse the act of stealing. Although admittedly this device is rather useful in investigation. And this is just a tutorial for using Lil Thief. Let's see if there's any logic we can do. Was the victim a kidnapper? Why is there no blood? Anything else we can examine right now? Maybe we should talk to Emma? Let's present her this.
Scientifically calculating and thinking critically about this, and putting it in a way that transmits the feelings that I understand. Whew, done! She makes it sound like she knows what she's talking about, but she really has no idea.
Oh my god! Admittedly, I'm slightly confused by what she just rattled off. Maybe Wendy has something to say about this. Maybe if I present her this.
Go on, Edgy Boo, show me anything, I'll tell you all about it.
Very well. What do you think about this?
It's nothing special.
Somehow I figured she'd say much. What is that missing? Because I checked both of them. Oh, right. It looks like they broke the stage down.
I guess that means they're done for the day.
Or maybe it's because a different show is scheduled to run started from tomorrow. How was I supposed to examine that? Good question. Anyways. Let's see. Stage was packed up. Oh, that's why, because the stage was packed up. That makes sense. No, it doesn't. Anything else I'm missing here? I mean, there's an invisible wall. Now I'm fairly convinced that the victim was killed here, but why was there no blood? There must be some explanation for this contradiction. Perhaps I should go over all the information I've gathered one more time. So I should logic my way out of all this.
Oh, I see. Because the victim was in costume. It's true. It is not possible the victim was wearing a... Is it not possible that the victim was wearing a costume?
So you really think Mr. Deacon was one of the kidnappers?
I think we can reasonably assume that there's a very good chance he was. And that if he was shot while he was inside those stolen costumes...
That Mr. Deacon's blood would be inside the costume instead of on the ground.
Precisely. Now, if only we could prove that the victim was wearing a costume.
You'd think it'd be pretty easy if we could find some footprints. But the problem is finding them, since there doesn't seem to be any around.
Footprints, huh? I wonder how we can go about finding some of those. Well, we know. There's a little woman here who keeps yelling at the power of science and just bragged about how she stalked us with the power of science. Let's talk to her. And about the method you were talking about for finding footprints.
Ah, finally my expert knowledge in forensics is needed.
Yeah, well, yes, well, can you detect and trace even partial footprints?
Leave it to me. My cutting-edge detection kit can find anything.
Very well. If you could please analyze the footprints in this area.
Okay, stand back now and witness the power of science at work.
Drinking game for Emma's using of the word science. And now she's going to use the glasses.
Hey, I found something! Look right there!
Oh, I don't see anything.
Oh, that's right! Here, put these special glasses on, Mr. Edgeworth.
These footprints here were definitely left by Badger costume. Judging by the way the prints were layered, it seems to be the newest. Then we can conclude that the victim was definitely wearing a costume at the time.
Okay, in that case, I'll update little thief simulation parameters. Can't wait to see what we find out from this new info.
So the victim was wearing a costume when he died.
And with that, we should be one step closer to the truth, right?
I see the recreation has changed in accordance to the new information. We may be closer, but now something else has caught my attention.
What do you want? What do you want?
Your testimony, naturally. I'd like to hear it one more time, if you please. Time to re-examine Wendy Oldbag.
I came to this stadium to take a short break. As I was resting, I happened to glance over and saw two men facing each other in that area. Suddenly there was a loud gunshot and the person who was shot fell to the ground. It was a very terrifying experience, let me tell you. So, does it mean anything in Miss Oldbag's testimony is a contradiction in it?
Yes, and I believe our best course of action is to compare it with your recreation. Okay, we have to do that.
See, I just knew a little thief would be of help. Now let's see if we can put more info into Miss Oldbag to put in recreation.
For that, we must first find the contradiction in her testimony.
Hold it!
You saw two men. Can you describe them for me?
He looks exactly like the average Joe. It's completely uninteresting.
Well, now we know that the victim was... Well, we know something new. We know the victim was in costume.
Objection!
That's the main flaw. Two men. How did you know the gender of two people involved? Seeing as the victim was wearing a costume at the time. Furthermore, I have another matter I'd like to inquire about. I'd very much like to know why you failed to mention the costume in your testimony. I'm beginning to doubt you really witnessed the murder at all.
But I'm telling you, I really did see it. I saw it with my very own eyes. from a seat in the second tier.
The second tier.
Hey, didn't you say you saw it right in front of you earlier? That was, I was using the phrase in a metaphorical sense.
I see our witness still has a screw loose in a metaphorical sense.
The cushioned seats of the second tier are reserved for hotshot VIPs. Which is exactly why I go there now and then to take a nap. I can't see how you could have gotten a good look from there. It's so high up.
Were you able to see even the victim's costume from way up there?
Well, I know I saw two people, but I couldn't really see what they looked like because they were in the stage's shadow. My eyesight wasn't what it used to be, Not like when I was young. People used to call me whatever.
Oh, let's return to investigation. Shall we, Kay? She's hyperventilating.
You got it.
Now we're gonna investigate once more. This new silhouette of victim is in costume.
The silhouettes can change depending on the information I input. The little thief can't recreate more than just people. So investigate away. We may find more info with which to make more accurate sim.
Alright, sounds like a plan. And we already have that info. After all. It means the stage was not hacked. That one's testimony is to be believed. That murder occurred before the stage was broken down.
Do you want me to input that bit of info into Little Thief?
Yes, if you'd please.
Okay.
Well, now we have a contradiction. He's clipping. There is clearly a contradiction here. Please stop stealing my lines.
Oh, come on. It wasn't hard to see it coming, even from a layman like me.
I suppose, in any case, it's not possible for the killer to have stood here in that way. Because here was a very real stage set up in this spot at that time.
Yeesh, I told you I got it. Do you feel the need to explain everything?
Very real. Yes, well, in any case, you will still need to resolve this unusual simulation.
Isn't it obvious? The killer was on top of that stage, naturally. Right, Miss Soldat? Yes, I remember. The killer was standing on top of the stage. See? Now let me update info in the simulation.
I like how Edgeworth is like touching fingers with the gunman. Well, it's not though, because I already found the contradiction. And now it's back to our favorite wolf boy, Xiong Lang. Oh, how I love having him around. Well, what have we here? A bunch of hooligans running amok, I see. Agent Lang, how nice of you to join us. Well, I can't have you going around messing up my crime scenes. Agent Lang, we've discovered that the real scene of the murder is here at the stadium. I see. Thanks. For what? I'm just trying to show you my appreciation for the time you saved me. His attitude towards Edgeworth is just... No, he was actually trying to gloat at him. Who knew that such a strange little toy could recreate a crime scene like that?
The thief is not a toy!
You too! Sir! Ooh, there's tire tracks. That's new. And there you have it, you see? Big boys like me don't need silly toys, little girl. Now this is a recreation. This guy just looks out of anywhere and he's like, oh, I'm gonna insert my territory now. It's like, the guy just like is trying to project like big dick energy.
like constantly showing he has the biggest dick around. As for whether he has that, well, there are websites where you can find it out or speculate on it, but we're not gonna mention it here. Man, I know I'm sounding a bit raspy for some reason. It's probably because I didn't drink much water today. Bad move on my part. So what, do you still introduce Officer Meekins as the killer? Of course. Even knowing the crime took place here doesn't let him off the hook. And here's his logic again. This is the real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait for the victim on top of this stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot him from on high. That's the truth your lower creation showed. However, how far we go to accuse Officer Meekins of the crime? He's the most likely suspect we've got, especially given the situation with his gun.
Well, even if he was the killer, at least my recreation was on the mark.
You see, thank you for understanding, my little crow girl.
Grr. I'm not some crow. I'm Yalagarasu, the Raven of Legend.
Unfortunately, your conclusions have yet to be tested, so let's see how well it holds up. This is a real scene of the crime. Officer Meekins lay in wait on top of the stage. And when the victim finally showed, he shot it from on high. Well, you know that's wrong, because the murder note says that it went through his abdomen and not through his shoulder.
Objection!
Easy. Read the notes, wolf boy. I'm terribly sorry, Agent Long. I should have warned you that our recreation isn't complete. You caught him quite unexpectedly, after all. What's that supposed to mean? You said the victim was shot by the killer from up above, correct? I hate to break it to you, but that's not possible.
Huh? Why not?
Recall Mr. Deacon's body, specifically where the gunshot wounds were located.
Actually, I didn't get that good of a look.
Oh, well then, yeah. She kind of got a trauma response, Edgeworth. Lots of blood can do that to someone. Not everyone has the same exposure you have, Edgeworth. The bullet entered Mr. Deacon through his abdominal region and exited his right shoulder. This is more consistent with an angled shot from beneath the victim. Then, yes, our recreation had the victim being shot at an angle from above.
A clear contradiction!
You're discounting your own conclusions. No, this one's on point. This one point is the only flaw. That was mistaken perimeter in our recreation. Yep, they need to be switched. Yes. Yes, the location of the killer and the victim were wrong. I get it. I see what you're trying to say. I believe the killer and the victim were standing opposite to what we initially thought. It was the victim who was on top of the stage and he was being shot by the killer. Honestly, I thought about pressing all the statements, but the solution was right in front of me, so I just went for it. This is what happened. It also explained the positioning of the gunshot wounds.
But then, what about the footprints?
Since footprints don't lie, we assume then that the killer also wore a costume.
Okay, I'll try using that data instead.
Badger shot a badger. We're dealing with some badger and badger crime right here. Judging by the fact that both the killer and the victim were wearing costumes, I'd say it was a killing between the two kidnappers. What would be the most natural conclusion. Would you agree, Agent Long? Well done, Mr. Prosecutor. But that alone isn't clear Officer Meekins of the crime. Okay. Get ready for round 2, bucko. Let's go and get him, boys. And girls and MBs. Nice to take another good look at the tire marks over there. 3 marks are indicative of a blue Badgermobile. That story of Officer Meekins told us about the shop on wheels getting stolen was just a lie. He drove the blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. Then he used the car to move the body to a garage in the Wild West area. You believe he moved the body with the car? That's right. It was Officer Meekins himself who pointed us to the way he did it. Three-tied marks really are telling. However, is the blue Badgermobile the only thing capable of creating such a pattern?
That's a good question.
We also have the pink Badgermobile. But I don't think we have that in our evidence right now.
Hold it!
3 tire marks. I have to agree with the blue Badgermobile has 3 tires. Of course! The only thing in this park that could make those marks is that roving shop.
Objection!
Are you forgetting that there are in fact 3 of them? You can't simply ignore the pink or the proto Badgermobiles, Agent Lang.
Knuckle back!
Of course I didn't say it couldn't. Of course, I didn't say it couldn't be either of the other 2. But I see no reason to drag them into this just to complicate things. That story Officer Meekins told us the shop of wheels getting stolen was a lie. He drove the blue Badgermobile here and committed the murder. I mean, on one hand, yes, but there was no mud here. Dude, there was no mud here. I'm gonna try and present this.
Objection!
Yeah, it's like Lang just has... Lang is not a very good person, like a very good objector. Because there's no mud on the tracks. Sorry, Agent Lang, but that's an impossible tale. And why is that? Those tire marks would not have been left by Officer Meekins' blue Badgermobile. One look at the car would have told you so. What was the blue Badgermobile had never been to the stadium?
Take that!
Take a good look at the tires. There's not a single dollop of mud to be found on it. Ugh. If the car had come to the backstage and left those tire marks, then the lack of mud on these tires stands out as very peculiar indeed. But how do you explain the tire tracks, genius?
Hey, I've got it. What about Mr. Oldag's Miss Pink Badgermobile? Don't be ridiculous! I was sleeping the entire time in the second-tier seats.
Indeed, I believe we can figure out as someone related to the crime. However, there's yet one more roving store, as I recall.
Oh, you mean the Proto Badger?
I want you to appreciate just how cursed the Proto Badger looks.
Nothing behind those eyes. A circular nose and just... It's so creepy! So creepy! That's right, there was one more parking space inside the garage. And it proves the existence of a Proto Badgermobile. Agent Long, I suggest you find this Proto Badgermobile post-haste. There must be still some sort of incriminating evidence in it. Hey, did you hear something? Help. Oh, look! Oh, wow. Why did he shake? Help me.
Are you alright?
Well, this is something. Looks like we found our kidnapping victim. Where were you all this time? Wild West with kidnappers. He was in the room next to the one I was held in. He ran away using underground and got lost. The kidnappers. What is it? I can't understand what you're trying to say. The kidnappers escaped wearing costumes. Do you see the faces of your kidnappers? No, I didn't see their faces. But 2. One was a woman. A woman? Quite important piece of testimony. Hey, what are you guys doing? Stop standing there and get your cops on this already. That's really badass. They're synchronized. I even let you guys have what the kids said just now. Consider it a gift. Now, are you going to get on my crime scene, or I'm going to have to get rough? Am I gonna have to get rough? Man. Lang is such an easy target. My god. Again? You're nothing but a big bully. Come on, Mr. Edgeworth, let's go! Oh, no, not you. You're a very important witness in my case. I'm not about to let you get away that easily. Don't get me to testify because I won't. Not for you.
That's right! I won't either! You hear me, you young whippersnapper?
Hey, calm down. There's no need for this hostility. I just wanted to take a statement from each of you. I'm not going to rough either of you. I give you my word. Now, come now, fair maidens. What do you say? Will you cooperate? Ay.
Fair maidens? My, you little rascal! You sure know the way into a woman's heart.
Longzy says, the passage of time is but a fleeting moment, and a lady is young forever.
Trying to outdo my Iljipu with your fancy schmancy sayings. Let's get this over with. So we're clear. I'm only interested in giving you my statement.
Sure, just as soon as Mr. Prosecutor leaves us be.
Mr. Edgeworth!
And part 2 ends. And we continue onwards. I'm just gonna go up and have a little stretch. I've been seating a lot, and it's good to stretch your legs every once in a while. Blah. So far, this case has been pretty fun. It seems to... I did remember the cross-examinations being a little more challenging, but it seems that maybe it's a little more easier than I thought. Either that or I'm getting good, or I remember how to solve this, but it does feel like Lang really could be a better opponent, in my honest opinion. It's like... maybe it's just me growing up, maybe it's the growing of the, maybe it's just the fact that, like, the terms and the alpha and the wolfman have become a bit of a joke on the internet, and a little cringy. But it's kind of like, I remember having more to him, but he's just like a big bully who kicks people out of the scene, and he's being really dogmatic. I think that, like, he presents some sort of, like, opposition to him, but he's honestly not as interesting as I remembered. His theme song is cool, and his design is great. And, like, I like how he positions himself with Shihina, but... not interesting. Not as interesting as I remember him to be. That's a little disappointing. Back to Kitty in Wild Wild West.
Looks like we got the boot again.
It's like a lot of this, a lot of the investigation is like, Edgeworth and Kay do something. Shi Long Long comes with his big boys, and he's like, no, this is my playground now. You go play somewhere else. And then they can't really do anything against it because he's a cop. Really, really complicated stuff. And I am now starting, like, even Franziska did, like, a better job of, like, countering Edgeworth. Like, with her, it's like, oh, she was a bit brash and, like, she wanted it. It's like, maybe this game would have been more compelling, and I know I'm just, like, getting to the maybes, but I think this game should have needed more Franziska.
I mean, it was fun, like, seeing her again and seeing how she developed. Like, Lang just isn't as compelling as the other rival prosecutors, and again, it has been a while since I played the games. But, like, I remember that, like, Edgeworth was, like, an absolute asshole updating the autopsy report. Gatto had, like, the fun impersonations and, like, the coffee thing and the coffee monologues, and I'm sure that when I go back, I'll probably see what I think about, like, that aspect of his character. Like, what was cool to you when you were 13, maybe a little cringy, like, when you're a little older. Claver's edge was the fact that he was actually really friendly, and Franziska is Franziska.
Franziska is not to be contested.
Hello and welcome to the stream. We're currently playing Ace Attorney Investigations, the Kidnap Turnabout. I hope you had a good day, and thank you for joining us. Anyways, we got booted out of the crime scene by big bully Xilong Lang, and I was just yapping about how the Xilong Lang has a really cool theme song and a really cool dad, but it's like he could be more interesting as a villain. I mean, as an antagonistic force. Maybe it's the fact that he was introduced in Case 3. Maybe it was something else. No. With Lang's safe, the focus on the investigation will shift solely into the murder.
You mean the infighting between the kidnappers?
Yes, and also the identity of the remaining kidnapper. Miles, my boy. I'm probably gonna investigate just a bit more, and then when we finish, I'm gonna finish because my voice cords are kind of killing me. Tell me it's true. Tell me you really found my boy. Yes, Mr. Romano, we found him earlier in the stadium.
Then my little Lance is unhurt?
He's not exactly in the picture of perfect health, but his life is not in danger. He's being questioned right now by Agent Lang.
Poor Lance! It must have been horrible for him, locked up in a sub.
So we have Angie and crying. And also chalk outline. Let's begin with Lauren.
He loves me. He loves me not. He loves me. He loves me not. Oh, that's the 12th one. No, you can't give up, Lauren. Just one more try.
Excuse me, but I can't help but feel a bit sorry for the flowers you've gone through.
I suppose they were me. They were me then.
Did you just make a deflowering joke, Lauren? In my stream, you made a deflowering joke. My god. This woman has no limits. I believe you said you were Lance's girlfriend when we first met, correct? Just to make sure. A deflowering joke! Wow! I believe you said you were Lance's girlfriend when you were first met, correct?
Yes, I am, but oh, it's not like we both think of each other as lovers. Then what is your relationship? But he did give me this ring, so I guess we're not just friends either. I mean, because this isn't just any ordinary ring. It tastes so sweet when you lick it. It's so wonderful.
Oh my god, this woman. You meant to tell you that I gave you a lollipop ring? Man. And they say the gap, and some people say the gap between 19 and 21 isn't big. Is big. Absolutely insane.
So which is it? Have you guys decided if you're going out, or is it just one-sided? Thank you, Kay.
Decided? Shouldn't the parties involved naturally just know?
My father used to work for Mr. Romano. And so, Lance and I grew up together. Gasp! I said it out loud!
I don't see how that's something to be embarrassed about. So your father was an employee of the Amano Group. What did he do?
He heard his job was to fly around the world on Pegasus.
Pegasus?
Oh, Pegasus was the name of the airplane. The airplane belonged to the company. You had me there for a second.
Unfortunately, Kate, this is not Percy Jackson.
No, it's all changed. My father, he isn't around anymore. Oh, I see. About 10 years ago, he rode in Pegasus off to somewhere and never returned.
Riding Pegasus to whereabouts unknown. Sounds like the stuff legends are made of.
It's been so long. I don't think I recognize him if we were to ever meet again. I'm so sorry, Lauren.
Aw, the fact Kay is crying. Aw, what a good noodle.
But I won't give in to the sadness. I have to live. Yes! Lauren, live!
This girl is fucking Delulu. Chat, what is Lauren Pops' favorite Taylor Swift album? I'm not a Swiftie myself, so I can't really say myself.
About the incident. Incident? But isn't the kidnapping already over and dealt with? I've been here the whole time, so I'm afraid I don't know much about any other incident.
How did you come to know Lance has been kidnapped?
Oh, that's because of my woman's intuition.
You based everything on what? On that? Based on what?
Woman's intuition.
Of course. Now everything makes sense.
I know everything when it comes to my Lance. It's really strange. It must really be destiny. Blush. Oh, she started fantasizing again.
Man, this woman. Anyways, he mentioned a Pegasus, so maybe, just maybe, I should show this to her. She'll probably just go on about another one of her fantasies.
If you're going to show it to her, then why don't you give it to me for safekeeping?
Why would I do anything of that sort? You're a thief.
Huh?
It doesn't seem like we can get anything from her, so let's talk with Ernest. Miles, my boy, I can't thank you enough. It was nothing. I'm still in shock over what happened to Oliver. But I have to say I'm relieved that Lance is alright. Oh, that's right. I mustn't forget to pass this on to Lance as soon as the police are finished with him. A letter. Oh, wow. Another Easter egg in this one for sure. Those of you who have played the original trilogies may remember Viola as the owner of a loaning company. The way Lance is being chased after by a woman reminds me of someone I know. I almost can't believe he received another love letter, you know? Here, take a look at this yourself. Isn't that a breach of confidentiality? It's a very simple love letter.
Oh, yay, let me see. That's really weird. It's from a loan company called Tender Lender. It looks like more like a conduction bill to me.
So, I remember that when I was in, when I first played the game, and I wasn't very perceptive, even less perceptive than I was back then, the entire, Tender Lender joke, reference completely went over my head. I didn't really know what the money lending was. So I didn't understand that piece of evidence.
So what are you going to do now, Mr. Edgeworth?
We already established that there's a good chance that the killer is the other kidnapper. It's my duty to figure out who this other person is. I believe there's one location that might hold a clue or two. Ah! The place where we held prisoners.
Oh, they don't let me in with you. I can't allow you to slander my good name as a great thief by saying I was captured.
And being able to escape from somewhere for that idea is being caged there, Kay.
Besides, we checked out the place pretty well when we were there, remember? Don't you think it'll be even better idea to check somewhere else?
Perhaps you're right. What I really need right now leads to the killer's identity. What could be? Ah! I meant the kidnapping's hideout. The obvious location is the kidnapper's hideout.
But But we still are not allowed in, remember?
Agent Fang and his men should have been done with this area. In that case, there's no harm in asking the officer over there and to let us in.
Let's ask him. And unfortunately, can we pet the kitty?
I've got you now, you vile criminals!
I think the kidnappers would have better sense than try to hide in these.
Oh, come on, lighten up, will ya? I was only joking. I don't really think that criminals would be hiding here, right in front of 2 officers.
I certainly hope not. What do you have to report?
Sir, nothing unusual or out of the ordinary, sir.
Why I've heard that's such a redundancy before. It is a possibility to take a look around inside.
Sir, roger, sir.
That was surprisingly hassle-free. Are you certain? Didn't Agent Lang order you not to allow me in?
Sir, that's true, sir, but he's a bit of an asshole. And Detective Gumshoe asked me personally to let you in, sir.
Maybe Gumshoe is useful. I mean, he has enough respect in the... I think he has enough respect in the agency so people actually take him seriously.
But so that is helpful to us. And I couldn't refuse to accept a request for him.
Wow, it looks like Detective Gumshoe has a following.
Furthermore, I was asked to give this document to you, sir.
What is this?
That man in the picture. Isn't this Mr. Oliver Deacon?
The name says Colin de Voray.
That's the name. That's the same name as the other one on the back of the pendant. It appears that Colin de Voray was his real name. What's this? He was convicted of a case 10 years ago and was sent to prison.
What? Then what was he doing here?
Apparently he broke out of jail and then just vanished. He must have become the Oliver Deacon to cover the fact that he was an escaped felon. Ooh, interesting.
Now I'm not sure what's going on anymore.
It's his dossier. So, just to take a look. Colin de Voray, right-handed, that's important. And he's 5'8". Whereabouts are known after escape from Penny Dent prison. That's definitely a pun. Stole a gun from a guard during his escape. We thought he might head for where his wife and sole daughter are, but despite our surveillance, he has yet to show up. Interesting. Is there some sort of link between the victim's past and his current case? These police documents are rather detailed. I should take the time to give them a thorough read eventually. It's fine, let's focus on one thing at a time, starting with the kidnapper's hideout.
Yeah, I agree. We should investigate first, think later.
More than thinking things through, I think you should try to remember things first. Now then, you can please unlock the door, officer. It was locked up until a while ago, but... since then, the door's been wide open, sir. I'm not sure I follow what it is you're saying. Care to explain in a bit more detail?
Sir, the door was locked tight when they went to check out the room. So they got about 10 officers to help and break the door down, sir.
I see. I guess that means we get Agent Long's leftovers. Well, let's see what we find. 3 cups of coffee, a costume, a broken mirror. So this is what the kidnappers planned their foul deed.
Well, you are tied up for being in the room next door.
Okay, please, must you bring that up every top again? Now then, down to business. There might be some clues left in this room. Let's try to find out what we can on the other kidnappers' identity. Well, 3 chairs and 3 cups of coffee. I won't rest until I've located every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. Ow. Man, I gotta stop sitting on my leg. I have to stop it. It's such a bad habit, and yet... Ah! Ow! Owie!
There are 3 chairs around the table.
And 3 cups of coffee. Cheap styrofoam cups.
Looks like only 3 cups were used.
And there's a key. I wonder what this key is to.
You got me.
Reminds me of the key we found in the other room.
That's it. This must be the key to one of those trapdoors.
It wasn't a trapdoor, you only called it because you were quite literally jumped into it.
Hey, but isn't that what you're supposed to do when you see one?
I like her, she's fun. She may not be the best assistant, but she's fun. I am not having this conversation with you. The common denominator between the cups and folding chairs is the number 3. Speaking of which, the number of missing costumes is also 3.
Wait, but I thought there were only 2 kidnappers.
Indeed, something isn't adding up, literally. Is it possible there's a third kidnapper that Lance didn't see? That's a question right there. Poster of Gatewater Land is stuck on the wall. Intrigue, fun, prestige, Gatewater Land has it all and it's waiting for you. It's not especially catchy, is it? And let's examine this. This must be where they dispose of old and worn out costumes.
That's so sad.
It would seem that they threw costumes away in pieces. And this costume is torn. That's something to pay attention to.
Hey, there's a trapdoor in this room too.
It's not a trapdoor, it's an entrance to an underground passage cave.
I know that.
The door leading to the outside was unlocked. So Lance must have escaped this prison through here. There's a broken mirror as well.
Watch out, Mr. Edgeworth!
It's a broken mirror. It's probably came from the haunted house. Why is it here? Were they planning to repair it? That's a good question. Sign advertising the Fluter Rally. Something I have absolutely no interest in.
Yeah, but I do, and I'm gonna get my hands on the rest of the Badger family. You'll see.
It really brings a decidedly different atmosphere to a criminal investigation. Beyond this door
This is where the kidnappers held you for getting the jump on you.
must you keep reminding me?
But it's the room where I got to see your awesome mural face.
Man, Kay knows what's up. She's funny. You didn't need to remind me of that mortifying moment either.
Meow.
And the broken door. This door is thoroughly broken through the police who forced it open. They won't necessarily inspected every suspicious looking nook and cranny. And there's one here.
Looks like a sword. A broken sword.
Strange. Why would it be broken like that? Swords don't usually break on their own.
That's true.
Alright then, let's think about it that way. Maybe it broke when someone was trying to use it for or own something. Hypotheticals aren't going to get us anywhere. Perhaps we should think more of this later. Actually, it's pretty obvious.
That doorknob handle thing is looking pretty beat up.
I suppose that's what happens when 10 officers break their way with brute force.
Hey, that's odd. The lock on this is completely fine, but not a single dent.
But how is that possible after what the officer told us?
Yeah, if the lock has been in use when the door was busted down, then the lock itself would be completely wrecked.
So the lock in the door was leaving the outside is undamaged. How can that be? Well, it's actually pretty easy to connect the dots. The sword was used as a way to block the door. It's a bit strange that the police had to force their way into an unlocked room. One look at the pristine door lock and anyone can see that it was not in use at the time.
But the policeman outside said it took 10 men to get it open.
The door was locked tight despite everything being not locked at all. It can only be because of this.
Oh, you mean...
Yes, it was used to jam the door. Here, take a look at the door handle. You see how the handle's completely destroyed?
So that's how the sword broke.
I thought we might uncover the true identity of the kidnappers. Instead, we only uncover more questions that need to be answered. Oh my god, what the fuck? Why does he look like this? Why does he look like a demon spawn? I hate this design. It's so, killed with fire. This is probably the most cursed blue bad badger design, hands down. So cursed. What is it? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, am I correct? Oh, it's the proto-badger from the beginning. What are you doing, suddenly popping out of the secret entrance like that? And why are you giving him nightmare fuel? This is an underground passage used by staff members, sir. We badgers also make use of it in our duties.
Look, why don't we get out of here first and then we'll talk, okay?
And I beg your pardon, I beg your pardon, miss.
She had to take a picture of him. Photo badger, get! All right, one more to go.
What are you getting all excited about?
Did you forget? The photo rally, duh! See, look, now all I have to do is get a picture of the bad badger and I'm done.
Ah, yes, I really recall a contest. Or something of that sort. What? It's gone, but where did it go? What happened? What's wrong? A bad badger costume is missing, sir.
Oh, is that all? Well, it's missing because the kidnappers stole it.
I heard about how they were stolen, but they said that only 3 of the costumes had been taken. What? Is he saying that more than 3 of them are gone? Mr. Proto Badger, please tell me a bit more of those costumes you use. Let's talk to the cursed demon spawn. So cursed. What do you mean by a bad badger costume is missing?
Why,
Just what you said, sir. We have 1 bad badger short. Counting the spares, we have 2 of each costume on hand all times.
okay, so because one of them is walking around the park.
The other should be in that room. Actually, both of them should be in that room.
Ah.
Huh, what do you mean? Normally, we don't use the bad badger costumes. In fact, we only use them during a certain event at a set time each day. It's a stage show where the bad badger wreaks havoc around the park. And the other badgers must work together to apprehend him, sir. I'm speechless that such a show exists. Well, sir, I was just trying to explain to you the only time we use the costume.
Then that doesn't make it near impossible to take a picture of Bad Badger?
Personally, I can't believe that it's this close to the show time and there's no costume. Oh dear, what am I gonna do, sir? All this basically means is that kidnappers stole full costumes in total.
Then are you saying there are 4 kidnappers?
No, I don't think that's very likely.
Oh,
Recall the costumes for a minute.
the stolen ones, you mean?
What proves the 4th kidnapper does not exist? Well, it's pretty easy. We look
Take that!
at the hat and we see that the pink badger is fine. If you had 4 people and you wanted to steal a 4th costume, wouldn't you naturally go for the full set and steal a pink badger costume instead?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And yet, the kidnappers decided to steal another bad badger. I believe the culprits need 2 bad badger costumes, but the question is why? Very interesting. I was wondering if you don't mind. Mr. Proto Badger, how do you know my name? You're pretty famous, sir. I would think that the most people know who you are. Famous? Me? Absolutely, sir. You're always very active in the community, I hear. Okay, so here's what I really like here. This is another cameo from the previous Ace Attorney games. There is a bellboy in Case 2, Turnabout Sisters, and one of his catchphrases is saying absolutely. It's a really nice way they snuck him in.
Wow, I didn't know you're such a celebrity, Mr. Edgeworth.
I feel like I've met this person before. It's just my imagination. It's really nice. I think the Easter eggs in this game are also well placed. It's like, it's less of a, because first of all,
I mean, first of all, I liked having Emma, even if she barely did anything. But on the other hand, like when you have two of the same archetype, there's a law in Ace Attorney that says like things will go into disaster. And it's like, oh, it's interesting. Oh, this guy, what is he doing here? So like there's a lot of really nice references and they're pretty tastefully put out. It's because like the game doesn't necessarily tell you it's the bellboy. Only like if you remembered the bellboy you would know. I remember that like when I first played Investigations I had no idea who this guy was. And then I remembered that this is absolutely him.
Oh hey, they have barrels just like outside.
Yes, and?
Well, I know I already asked you when you were out there, but these were real. What do you put in them?
There's an expecting gleam in our eyes and I'm about to dash. Oh man. Just go with her, Edgeworth. She's funny. She's really funny. The second Bad Badger costume. I believe it may be closer to her hand than we think. Is it now?
What do you mean?
The costume in the trash. Wouldn't you say it's wearing some very telltale plans?
Hey, you're right. Let's get it out of here and take a look.
As I suspected, it's a Bad Badger costume.
Well, minus the head.
I won't trust until I suspected any suspicious-looking little crony. I think that what we need to deduce is the fact, though, it should have a gun. Where is the gun? And this is also the guy that holds a gun. I believe that what we have here is an inconsistency.
Between what?
Look carefully. Our costume is not holding something in its right hand where it should be.
Oh, the gun!
Precisely. The Bad Badger was designed to always hold a gun in its right hand. However, you there, did you remove the gun from this Bad Badger's right hand? No, I did not, sir. The gun is supposed to be securely attached to that costume. As I thought, the rip itself confirms my hypothesis that the gun was forcibly removed. Mr. Proto Badger, the gun is, of course, not a functioning weapon, correct? Absolutely not, sir. It's just a model gun. However, it can fire blanks. We need to use them for the stage show. It seems that a kidnapper also had a need for a model gun, my dear costumed friend. Investigation? I think we're about done with this room.
So what's next?
Well, we found a few answers. But there are still a few things left that we have to ask a certain person about. Let's go, Kay. And what are the things that need to be asked about? Well, the hour is getting late. So we're going to continue the kidnap turnabout next week. And hopefully on Saturday. I'm just gonna see... I am looking at the schedule again. Just to see. Yeah, next is gonna be on October 4th. No, October 5th. And, just to see... No, there isn't a specific holiday we need to worry about. There isn't, Yom Kippur isn't on that day. So, yeah, next Saturday, we are going to go back to our usual schedule and stream the Kidnap Turnabout. But the fun for this week is not ending just yet. As I remind you guys that we are going to have a very special stream tomorrow. And again, I'm going to stream a very special game. So here you got your hint. We're probably not going to be finishing the donut tutorial. We're going to be streaming something else. And it's going to be something very special. So, you guys will see it. And Whether you watch this right now in live or whether you watch this late in my YouTube channel later on, I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and that you stay frosty. I'll see you tomorrow. Also, I will stream Honkai Star Rail if I get 50 followers, don't forget that.